Hey guys, what's going on? Hope you had a good week trading. What a week it was as well, with some really bullish price action and towards the end of the week, which was amazing. Hope you capitalized on it. I know I did. I know a lot of the people in the groups that I'm in did as well. And also the bullseye pick of the week also worked out really, really well, albeit a little bit bumpy along the way. So let's take a look and see how that turned out, and yeah, let's go from there and see what's going on. So this was the email that came out on the Monday morning where he gives you a single options trade idea. Check the description below. I'll put a link to my whole article on basically the whole track record for the last 2 years of the service. And you can have a look at the contracts, backtest them. I'll show you a piece of free tool to basically show you like how you can do that easily. In case you haven't seen it before, it's really cool. And yeah, let's have a look down. So as you can imagine, in this area, high demand. Where was it? Okay, so right now is by the dip. I'm just looking to see. So obviously the bullseye pick was Z-scaler, ZS. And so it's interesting to see why he was doing ZS. So basically, his whole idea, he says in this little excerpt, is that it hinges on the tech market holding up and having at least a minor recovery this week. And he was right, it did. So he said keep a close eye on the Qs, because if that continues to break down, then I don't think any stock will be able to sustain a move higher. But I think we're due for a nice bounce as well. I will start, blah, blah. If I'm wrong in CS, I'll keep a tight stop on the trade. Yeah. So he went into a lot more detail in the live session, so you get a lot more. I think it's an extra add-on that you can get for this live session. I used to listen to it all the time. I haven't for a while, so I'm not sure about exactly what the technicals were for this trade, but usually it's to do with counter channels and basically corrections and things, so it's usually fairly interesting. Anyway, he was saying target one was 165, so here are the exact contracts. November 17th, ZS 165 calls, so November 17th is 13 days out from now, so it's about 2 to 3 weeks usually what he does. And this was the information that you need in order to place a trade. Now, what was interesting was, if I go to TradingView, this is a Algo Pro, these buy-sell indicators. This is on the 1 hour chart, and this was Monday right as the alert came out, and it was a buy. And I posted this in one of my Discords, and it started to really, started to trend up really nicely. And then suddenly we hit this dip, and then this rally all the way back up. All the way up to here. And this is quite the move. This is from 156, something like that, all the way up to 165. So it hit his first target here. And Algo Pro did help with that a little bit. This unusual dip though definitely threw people off. I think if you were waiting to hold off and you saw the sell signal and you got in on this buy, based on, because it's always good to have a couple of different things, right? So you have Bullseye trades, and then you have Algo Pro. You can use this to get an entry as long as the contracts are around the same price that he's suggesting, that you could get a nice entry here and we had a big rally up. The problem is this dip shook out a lot of people, even though it didn't actually go to his stop out price, which was 151. So it stayed above 151. You can see if we zoom out here. So a close at below 151 is what would be required for a stop out, which is this level that you can see my dashed cursor line at, going across the page. And so we never got close to that, but it went down far enough that people that are maybe new to the service, I know one guy this happened to, he kind of panic sold on this dip, took a 50% loss. However, holding this trade would have actually done really well, and this is the site I wanted to show you guys. It's just Optionistics.com. Maybe you guys know about it. Maybe it's really well known. I don't know. It's the first time I've come across it. But it's better than Thinkorswim, for me at least, on YouTube videos to show you, because it's just more clear. Like it's easier to show you. This is the contracts up the top here, the 165 calls for the 17th of November on ZS. This is the price, and that's what I really struggle with Thinkorswim, which is actually in the process of switching to Schwab at the moment anyway. But you can see on Monday they were around 3.5. This was that dip where you could have got them for less than 3, and on all the way up to 5.5 by the end of Friday. So clearly this trade worked out, but definitely wasn't a fun volatile trade. to take. Hopefully people that waited and got in on the dip did really well on this. Couldn't see many people take it. I don't know, people seem to be switching off from trading at the moment. Maybe because we've had such a long down period that this bounce is freaking everybody out. But there wasn't very many trades, but I know Jeff definitely got in this. It's good. The other thing that happened this week was talk to Jeff Bishop. Did an interview with him. I'll leave a link in the description below. It's all about his Alpha Hunter service, which is really fantastic. It's basically trading these spreads, so bull puts and bear calls. He keeps an ongoing record of every single trade, including the details from his imported brokerage stuff on the right here. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to get this emailed to you so you can look at it and see if it's something you might be interested in, along with a discounted link for the best possible price. They're running a sale on it at the moment as well, and so definitely check that out, especially if you're a fan of Bishop's Bullseye trades. This is better. Like, look at this, $10,000 on this month, 9,000 on this month, 2,000 on this month, 20,000 last month when the market was terrible. He did a lot of trades though, but you can see very high win rate. And these trades are not that expensive. He was doing 100 of them for $4,000. So you can definitely do this with a small account as well. Obviously, you'd have to scale your expected profits, you know, if you do less contracts. But really good system, and it's 2 or 3 trades a week, which is kind of nice. So it's kind of his premium service. So Bullseye trades only cost $97 a year. But this one's like $500 a year, or $700 for lifetime or something, which is amazing. So really good deal. So I'll leave all those links in the description below. The other thing you might want to consider if you're looking into Alpha Hunter is to try our 7-day trial. Lance and I at thetatraders.com have a 7-day trial to have a look at some very similar options trades, a little bit more diversity. We do futures and things as well in there, 0 DTEs, all sorts of fun stuff. There's a 7-day trial, so it's like not really any risk to you at all. 7-day trial for the quarterly. And then you can upgrade to the different tiers. One of them is the weekly futures. I've never lost a weekly futures trade, neither has Lance. I don't think anybody else in the system has either, and over hundreds and hundreds of trades over the last 2 years. So they're really, really, really lucrative. So it's really good. It's pretty good. Anyway, I think that's all I have to say on that. I think it was another successful trade. Again, emotions come into it, so some people will be bitter because they got stopped out on a drop. Some people will be ecstatic because they got in the dip and rode it up. It's all to do with the trader. So yeah, just got to figure out how you want to play these trades, make them your own, and then go from there. Hopefully it's helpful, and I'll talk to you guys soon.